Okay, here we are. We're live. Hello, YouTube family, and hello, TikTok family. Nice to have you both here. I usually do Facebook and TikTok, but today I thought I'd bring my TikTok family along. So, I'm Stephanie Brown. I'm meeting some new friends in the TikTok world, and for all of you who've subscribed to my channel, I appreciate you. Hi, Guillaume. Guillaume, so cool. Jumped on over from TikTok. So anyone else from TikTok want to jump on, click on the link, join my channel. Make sure you hit the bell so you don't miss when I come on. Why am I here? Why does this channel exist? It exists because being bipolar, it's a mental disorder. It is a brain disorder similar to, um, like, I'm trying to make mental health a normal conversation. Like if someone said I had epilepsy, go, oh, that's tough. But when someone says I have bipolar, um, then it's a different oh, you know. So, what comes with mental illness is anxiety, but I think the world experiencing a lot of problems with anxiety because what's going on in the world. Everyone in TikTok in my family, I can't read everything they're saying, but I'm sort of trying to grab it. I love you, love your support. I also am. I have a lot of people, um, everyone pretty much on my YouTube channel experiences like schizophrenia or bipolar, but mostly bipolar. And I do have some in my community on TikTok that deal with bipolar, either from a family member or a friend or themselves have it. So, I don't want to, I keep mentioning it. Please, I don't get any money out of this. I don't get anything from it. It's just that I want you to have an understanding. Uh, Congratulations on your grades. So, this book called Bipolar Not So Much How to Manage Your Moods is an excellent book. You can get it on amazon.ca.com. You can get it as an audiobook. I am old fashioned. I like hardcover and I like being able to open it up. This is not a book you read front to back. It's kind of like the what do I do when I'm feeling Bible. So here I want to talk about anxiety for a minute. Today's going to be short and sweet. And again, thank you to everyone on TikTok who's joining me. Um, you like my book? Well, I didn't write it. It's written by Dr. Chris Aiken and Dr. James Phelps. And it was directed to me by my psychiatrist. So, something that I will continue to repeat this. Thoughts aren't facts. Just because you think it doesn't make it true. And so, um, in these times of uncertainty, if you let the negativity play in your head and you buy into it, the first thing you do is put it up against the thought of, is it true? And if it's true, is there anything I can do about it? But if it's thought you're making up, say your friends haven't called you in 3 days and you go, my friends don't like me anymore. How do you know that's true? Why don't you pick up the phone and see how they're doing? Maybe they're having a rough time and they just didn't have the courage to call you. And so you need to make sure that you're living your life in the truth and not what you're like making up in your head. That's dangerous because that can bring you down a spiral depression or sadness or unhappiness or anything where that isn't positive. It can take you down that road and um when it's unnecessary. And I know because I'm 45, I'm sure I'm older than everyone else here on YouTube or TikTok for the most part. And so I want to prevent you from going through the crap that I've put myself through. Um, I've been bullied a lot in my lifetime, and so I'm really good at picking on myself because um bullying have that negative effect, and unless you can learn how to make sure that you're telling yourself true facts and not making stuff up, wake up like every day. And another thing is too, everyone makes mistakes. That's another thing that can take you down a really yucky road, is beating yourself up for your mistakes. And on TikTok and on YouTube, I sometimes do share when I'm beating myself up. Um, Sometimes you just need to be effective. Um, and I've go when I go through really bad depression, because I have bipolar depression. And so when I am really happy, I'm excited, I'm more animated. But if I'm down, I feel it like really low. And so it's really important to, like I said, not be so hard on yourself. Um, so if you're hard on yourself, then you also have to say, look, everybody makes mistakes. Everybody makes mistakes. So forgive yourself. Be nice to yourself. If you did something wrong, say sorry. If you did something you shouldn't have, if you can make it right, and then try to just move on. Like, we all embarrass ourselves. Give you an example. Somebody in my life, in my city, that I was just terrified of bumping into. Wouldn't you know it, they're in a line in front of me. And my husband said to me, you know what? You hold your head up high and don't spend one more minute thinking about yucky stuff that happened. Don't live in the past. That's another one. Don't live in the past. In a car, there's a reason why, corny saying, and you've probably heard it 150 times, but there's a reason why the rear view mirror is smaller than the whole front dash. Bye, Guillaume. So, um, so what I so those are some things that really help you stay clear-headed. Okay? So, one, forgive yourself. Can't fix it. If you did something wrong, say sorry, move on. One, make sure that what you're thinking is true and you're not making up a story. I have a saying, it's the stories we tell ourselves get us stuck. Um, so, um, there, there, and so here's what I want to say. I want to say that how to stop an anxiety attack or a panic attack. That is, um, if you have been through something um, that triggers you, how do you stop an anxiety or panic attack? Well, I was taught this by my um, nurse at the hospital, and it's called mindfulness behavioral therapy. And so, all of a sudden, having a panic attack or you're having an anxiety attack, um, I want you to start to learn what are the things that are happening to you when you're having one, so you recognize it. What are the things that trigger you to have an anxiety or a panic attack? So call these things, then acknowledge them, radical acceptance. So I radically accept that I can't be out past 8 o'clock. My bipolar depression as a disability caused me that I will overdo it, myself too hard to do things for work, and the next day I am useless. Like I don't have any energy. I can't do anything. Okay? So, knowing yourself, self-awareness is important. Not the first time I've said this, but that you I don't think that you can say it enough. So being self-aware. So self-care is really important to prevent anxiety attacks, prevent panic attacks. So I am more apt to have an anxiety or panic attack if I'm tired. When you're not at your best, strong, when you're not strong inside, then tend to um more emotional. You're not as strong emotionally. Um and those are the times when you get in trouble. That is the case for me. So just say to yourself, I feel because. So the first thing is thoughts aren't facts. Write that down. It's really good. Second is I'm having a panic attack. I acknowledge that. I acknowledge that I'm almost hyperventilating, or I'm breathing fast, or I feel dizzy, and I know it's because I'm having a panic attack. Um, so then just I radically accept that um I'm I'm having a panic attack, and I feel because, and start to unwind what feeling and what happened, and can literally acknowledge it, and then it will dissipate. So that's just a very short and way to explain it. You're in public and you uh, have driven there, go back in your car and sit there for a few minutes and just kind of sit back. Um, Deep breaths um, help engage our sympathetic nervous system. And so you can slow down your heart rate by taking a deep breath in. Yes, my sweater is extremely comfortable. That's another thing. Thank you for bringing that up. So someone in TikTok, Lord underscore Stanley underscore pup, brought up. So this sweatshirt is not an accident for me. This is a sensory thing. So, people with bipolar, um, they right, sorry about that. People with bipolar are similar. We are on a spectrum, much like autism, and so sensory is really important to me. It's different for everybody. Could be for me. It's really important to be warm, as dumb as that sounds. But just cozy and warm. I feel safe. So, you don't have to have bipolar to have these types of sensory needs. So, do what makes you feel safe, and um, you know, I think that what I wanted to share with you today is that self-aware of what causes anxiety attacks for you and panic attacks, and like I could be in a store, and the only way that I know that I'm having a panic attack because I have learned to hide them from people, because it wasn't acceptable back in the day, talking about mental health. So I learned to survive panic attacks by hiding them, and the only way I know is I get a little dizzy as I'm breathing fast. Um, because I'm upset. So, and as much as I want to continue maybe shopping, like shopping, shopping, um, I go home. So then have a plan. If you can't, can't stop the anxiety attack or panic attack, um, have a plan of what to do, of self care, and that may be going straight home, like putting on my favorite pajamas and calling it a day. So I my self-awareness is I typically experience anxiety or upset feelings from my bipolar depression if I've worked a full day and I'm tired and then I try to go shopping. That's a bad mixture. My kids and my mom, if they know I'm doing that, they'll go, "Oh gosh, this is not a good idea." Because I become more emotional and I become more exhausted and then I become grumpy. So anyway, I hope that this has been helpful in some way. Um, a comment on YouTube if this is helpful or how I can help you more. And I hope this has been helpful to my TikTok family in some way. So, God bless everybody. Have a good day. I'm going to go back to my TikTok.